Veterans Footballers Foundation to come here to San Fernando today at the invitation of the Valiant Sports Club to celebrate the life of our own Leon Nab Carpette. Leon is a member of the 1974 Trinidad World Cup qualifiers, representing Trinidad and Tobago at the last quarter 1973. A tournament that was held in Haiti, in which Trinidad and Tobago placed second as a result of the dubious action of officials of the game who were reprimanded by FIFA and disbanded from football. However, the result of that match stood, a match that saw Haiti being the team that placed first in the qualifiers, and at that time it was one team from the CONCACAF that went to the FIFA World Cup. From that team, several members, we as veterans lost 3 of those members this year. They are Rondon, and now Leon Carpette. 2 other members of that 73 team passed on before, Russell Teixeira and Henry Denny. And we remember all those players as we pay tribute today to Leon in this wonderful event, a brunch. And we recognize and appreciate all the tributes and condolences that have been expressed today.
I am Byron Carrington. I'm the Vice President of Valiant Sports and Cultural Organization. And we are happy to be able to host a benefit brunch for Leon Nab Carpette. Leon was a long-standing member of Valiant's Club. Ironically, he never played for us, but he is from the Pleasantville community, which is our core market. And once he had stopped playing, he came home to Valiants, as it were, and was a loyal and generous supporter to our club. He coached the Pleasantville senior team, he coached the Carpette team, but he more importantly supported many of our charity efforts. We have been having humanitarian and social efforts in the community for a number of years. We have a flagship event, our carnival party, and we found that we could always rely on Leon for his support and his camaraderie. We are very sad by his passing. We extend our condolences to his family and the football fraternity, and we cheerfully host this event today to give the family some sense of solidarity, but equally to give the sporting and more particularly the football fraternity an opportunity to share their outpouring of love and support and fellowship for Leon. We wish him well, we wish his family well, and we hope that the perpetual light would shine upon him. God bless.
My name is Winston Woodley, and I'm the president of the Valiant Sports and Cultural Organization. Today we are happy to be hosting this event, fundraiser for the Leon Nab Carpette. But I would like to give a little fun memories of myself and Nab. I recall Nab, after having his third incident with the stroke, we had the opportunity to chat. And this is when he asked me, how is he looking? I said, you're looking fine. He said, boy, on that day, it was a .410 borrow day. He told me I was just waiting to kick up some beers. I said, what? You know, you always spoke in football in terms, so he said, I was waiting to kick up some beers. And then when I understood what he meant, I said, so why didn't you get that opportunity? He said, it was too early. The guys were offering me the beers too early. So it shows that he has that moralistic part of him, where he found that it was too early to drink. But nonetheless, when the time came for him to drink, some friends from across the road saw that he was looking not right. They approached him, and the rest is history. He ended up in hospital. A little more about Nab. Nab's early career started right behind me on a grassy patch. He was under 15, so was I, and we were opposing players. Nab came with a team called the Carib, and so outstanding was the performance of Mr. Carpette that up to now I can't recall the other members of that team. He was just a superb player from that tender age, and he just moved on from strength to strength. And Nab, wherever you are, I would like to wish you Godspeed. I hope you're looking down on us. We love you, and that's it. That's all I have to say.
Hi, my name is Alvin Henderson, and I'm happy to be here at this function this afternoon, celebrating the life of Leon Carpette, a very good friend of mine. Although Leon was a San Fernandian, I got to know him very well. We first met as members of the National Under-20 team that was training to go to Bermuda way back in the late 60s. From that time, we became friends, and when I came back to play with Howard University against the national team, I met Leon Carpette then. And when I returned in 1980, from 1980 onwards, to the South to continue my medical career at San Fernando General Hospital and in the community, I also played and coached a lot of football. And Leon Carpette was there right by my side. He introduced me to the culture of the football in San Fernando. He assisted me greatly with the development and the regeneration of the San Fernando Giants football team. And he also did a number of community coaching courses and went on to do his own coaching at Presentation, Pleasantville, Caripechima, and then Petrotrin. Leon and I played many FET match games together. We traveled together a lot up the islands to play football and traveled to Cuba on a couple of occasions to play football as well. He will always be remembered as an excellent footballer who had a great passion for the game, was a good friend, a jovial character who always would be by your side to help you out if needed. Again, I say rest in peace, Leon Carpette. You will always be my friend. I say this on behalf of all who played with him and who knew him throughout the years. Thank you.
Edgar Vidal, former coach of the national football men's team. Perhaps I should start by saying most people may know that I was the coach of the team that went to Haiti in 1973 in preparation for the 1974 World Cup. And we do recall it being a very, very infamous tournament where Trinidad and Tobago scored 5 goals and only had 1 registered, and in fact lost the game 2-1 to Haiti. It was remarkable and very, very unfortunate for us. In that team was a man called Leon Carpette. And I must confess that just before going to Haiti, 1 month before our departure, the national team in its program had a final football warm-up game against San Fernando, or perhaps the Southern Football Association team at Skinner Park that night. And I do confess that it was the first time that I have seen Leon Carpette play at that level. I believe in that game is when Leon, for me, is when he burst through. He burst through and came to the standard of national football, because he scored a goal. They won the game 1-0 against that Trinidad team that was together for almost a year. And what was remarkable was the tremendous power that Leon Carpette put in a right foot, shot 35 yards from goal. And up to now, I do not know where it passed, because it must have gone through several players. And that game, that particular goal brought him to the limelight. So far as I was concerned, I had with me then the English coach, Kevin Verity, who came to assist me. And when he saw Carpette that night, he decided that since we were looking for midfield players, those of you who were more up to date at the time, but known about De Leon and Roger Bean and people like that, who we could not get. So Carpette was the man. Carpette answered the call, and indeed, he played the first game in Haiti. He looked good in the first 20 minutes, but he had joined our team late, so that he was not up to the real fitness of the balance of the players, so that he was. But I remember that night in Skinner Park, and I followed Carpette right through. Indeed, he had made several other tournaments with me, to Colombia, to Mexico, and had always performed at a very, very high level at all, on all levels of the game. Professional, indeed, he reached the stage of professional football. So I do remember him particularly for that particular goal in Skinner Park that night that made a difference between our team in Haiti and what we were before we left.
My name is Gerard Green, a football player, former member of the Telcos football team, former national player, but most importantly, a friend and a brother of Leon Nab Carpette. I have had the privilege of knowing Nab both when he was playing as a senior player. I was a youth growing up in San Fernando, and then I had the privilege of joining him on the field of play. We played for the same first division team when we played in the National Soccer League with the Telcos football team. Leon was the captain of the team. Eventually I grew to become the vice captain of the team, and we shared many moments on the field of play. More importantly, even after we stopped playing, we continue to be friends, we continue to meet, and of course the occasion always presents itself to join him again on the field whenever we had fet matches, old boys football. And in fact, the very last time I saw him around the field of play was at a football encounter where we meet as old boys, old veterans of the game, and we meet and exchange and play and enjoy ourselves. And that is in fact the last time I saw Leon in his full strength. This occasion for me is an opportunity. It is with joy at the life that he had, but it is also with great sadness at his passing. And we have all extended our condolences to his family, but more importantly, we celebrate his life because we know him through the years as a player, as a coach, as a teacher, as somebody who could give you advice, solid advice. And I was always wanted to listen whenever the elder players spoke. On the team when I was playing, it was always a privilege and a joy to work with these guys. And Leon Nab Carpette was one of them. A good example, a fine example. What he did on the field, many times, sometimes you wonder, how could he find the strength to do it? And for us, that was always an inspiration. So for me today, it is really an honor to be here, to join with the community of San Fernando, to join in Pleasantville here, where we share so much in common. And it is with that sense of contribution and achievement that I am here to lend my voice in tribute to the life and to celebrate the life of Leon Nab Carpette, a wonderful soul, a brother, a friend, a leader, and so much to all of us.
Good day, my name is Gerard Homer, at this time celebrating for Leon Carpette. definitely Leon Carpette has been my brother for many, many years. I grew up with him on Upper Hillside, and there are a lot of indelible memories that I have of this guy, my friend, as I said before, and brother. As far as I could recall, I know that he was a guy who was fearless in all endeavors, what we do. Whenever we play, I always wanted to be on his side because he was a very fearless guy. Example, when we rode Canal Cat, his Canal Cat was the biggest. It used to drive the others away. That's all I could remember. When we played different games, sports, playing rubber band, slingshot, fight, wherever it might be, he was the one who would actually go forward and confront the opponents and do what it is required. But what has greatly impacted my life is around football, because I was managed to be successful in this game because of him. We train a lot together, but ever since I knew him, his idea of training was a lot of physical. We did a lot of physical training together, and he never seemed one day to be tired. When it was time to stop, he always saying that no pain, no gain, and we continue to go on and on. Memories of playing football, practicing with us both in Skinner Park. I am certain that the wall of the toilet facilities in Skinner Park, every morning when we come, I am certain that that wall used to say, those guys again, because we used to be just hitting the ball against the wall on and on for hours. And of course, you know, his ability to shoot and head, that wall was in pain. Other memory I remember is when we were on the national team together. I had an injury and I could hardly play the ball with my foot because of a sprained ankle, whatever it might be. But Leon got me up one day and said, hey, Gerard, you know what? I believe that thing that you have there is mental. We had a game the evening, and he called me out and said, kick this ball. I kicked it easy, with a lot of pain. I keep on kicking it with a lot of pain. He said, no, it's a mental. So I said, I don't think I can make it. But he said, continue, it's a mental thing. Lo and behold, at the end of the day, I was able to kick the ball properly, and I was able to play a game that evening in Mount Hope. That was the team we were supposed to play. We have shared a lot together. We were close friends. We used to communicate daily. He called me, I call him, or whatever, and we always do a lot of things together. I could say for certain that I was not the person that was much in the steel pan, but we do a lot of things together. We go and visit friends, whatever it might be. And his time of fellowship, the laughter, the comedy, it was always great. He always had something to say. And one thing that I could say is, wherever the crowd is, he always mentioned that I got shot with a pellet gun. A guy shot in my leg. And he always bring up that in a crowd. He said that when I get shot, I jump off the tree and run and say, I dead. So that was one thing that he always bring up whenever we meet in a company, as things that he remember and bring forward. So all in all, he was a great friend to me. As I said, he's a brother to me, and I miss him greatly. He was a true friend. So on behalf of me and my family, I wish the family condolences and give them strength. May the Almighty continue to go with them in the journey ahead. Thank you.
Jamal Shabazz. I had the pleasure of seeing Leon Carpette play in the PSA along Circular during the Arthur Sweet Premier Soccer League days, playing for San Fernando Giants, and seeing this tall, red, outstanding player left an indelible mark on me. In fact, the teams I supported back then was Challengers and Tunapuna Modniks, but I was always happy to go and see San Fernando strikers right? And seeing the way he dominated the game. You know, I later on went on to meet him as a person, and so humble, so always willing to share his experience. You know, I think that Trinidad and Tobago has lost a real giant, not just in sport, but in culture and in life in general.
Yeah, the name is Winston Tidd, better known as Gabi. Now, I've been associated with Leon Carpette during the Telco days, when Telco football team was the pride of the Southland. And Leon Carpette, as a midfielder, he was the captain of the team in those days, and he marshaled the team throughout its existence. Now, a little before that, during his childhood days, we embraced each other through, you know, running. I had lived at Kokie at the time, and he lived at Upper Hillside. And during that time, I would, myself and the players from Kokie would run down the bypass, and we would meet at the Skinners Park second class ground, where we played football sometimes for the entire day. Run back up the bypass, stop at the fire station, drink water, and head home, right? So those were the fun days we had as childhood, during the childhood period. And as I said, at competitive football, that was during the 70s, going straight to the 1980s, right? We played national football, where he marshaled the team, as I say, to success. Leon Carpette was a mastermind in the midfield, and he was an inspiration to the players. Before his demise, we played we played Fet match throughout the land, Tobago, and we fellowshipped, well, every Wednesday at Telco Football Ground at Cipiero Work Center. So at this point, I wish to express condolences to his family. Leon would surely be remembered by all of us. Thank you very much.
I regard it as a pleasure to be able to just reflect a little bit on the life of Leon Carpette. We were playmates. We grew up together. We were born in the same year. I was born about 2 months before him. And so we literally grew up together, and we learned to play football together. Most of our early experience in playing the game took place on Upper Hillside, on the reservoir. From that little community, a number of interesting and important players have emerged. Leon was one of them. In fact, he got further than all of us, representing the national team, representing our country on the national team. And then I had the opportunity to play with him as a member of Lane's football team, and then Telco. As has been said by many others, he was a very hard worker on the field, and he excelled in his game as a midfield player. He was not an easy player to get past, and he was, in my view, a very complete player. Could kick with both feet, a good header of the ball, everything that you wanted in a complete player. I think Leon had it. There is another side of Leon that we don't hear a lot about, and it was reflected at his funeral service. At that service, the who is who in Trinidad football was there. he was able to bring together ex-players from all across the country. And that is a reflection of his person as a people person. He was always concerned about people. I remember while growing up, there was a very poor family living in the neighborhood. And he was really concerned about how these people were going to enjoy Christmas. And he organized support for these poor people. And it's just a reflection of who he is. And again, it has been a real pleasure knowing him and playing with him and getting to know his family. And I am just thankful that the Lord has allowed our paths to cross. Thank you very much.
Good evening, everyone. My name is John Stedman. I was a coach of Leon Carpette in the 80s with Telco. I came home and I saw this young guy, which I knew as a youth, reach to the heights in the football that no one had done in a long time. After us, there was not that kind of dedication in the football. And Leon was one of the guys who showed me that he had that perspective. He was one of the guys that took it a different level. I happened to be coaching San Fernando Strikers, where Carpette was the guy who introduced me to this team. We went to Port of Spain, and we met Ramdeen and the people who was in charge of the team. They said, okay, we'll take you all, because we had an agenda. We had something that no one had, even though we hadn't a team as yet, but we had what they wanted. They wanted to know about professionalism, and this is what I had with me. So Carpette and I went to them and we told them what we had. We sort of like let them know that what they had to do to improve the football in the league. He was a guy that always loved that football. He was the captain of Telco, and he introduced me to that team. And I tell you, we missed a loved one. He was a guy that had love in him in the football. He was really a true footballer. I remember going to a professional league team game against Modnik, where they had a fight. And Carpette was the most present man in that fight that I had. So he stood for his players, he stood for what was right, and I will always miss him. I know we have got a lot lost, because he's a young guy, he's much younger than me, and I'm still around, but we lost someone that was really contributing to our football. Carpette went to Carpette Chima together with Rondon, and they did a wonderful job. I started with Carpette Chima, I put them on the map, and Carpette and Rondon took them further. So I know that Trinidad football have to get their legends going. There are a lot of guys who played for Trinidad and Tobago, and Ken Hodge, I understand, is ailing. I understand, and these are people that we have to look at, because he was one of the top Malvern players around. So I am saying that we need to do something better for them. Our old footballers, veterans, we need to help them. This is the time. We are all getting on in age, and we need your help. Thank you very much for this opportunity to talk about my loving player, Leon Carpette. Thank you very much.
Yes, I'm here at the Pleasantville Community Center, and we are here celebrating the life of Leon Nab Carpette, and it's all courtesy Valiant Sports and Cultural Organization. So I'm here with my big brothers, QP, JW, Marlon, aka JW, QP, aka third base, and Smitty. And Smitty was just about to give us an interesting story about how he started in football and how he started with Telco, right? How he started with Telco, now TSCT/B-Mobile, right? And how NAB gave him his start.
Okay, my name is Wayne Smith. I played football with Leon Carpette, but my story about it is that Leon opened my door for me for 35 years.
Wow.
In 1977-78 season, when Telco got promoted to National League, I was working URP right in Pleasantville.
That URP back in the days?
Well, dude.
Right.
Dr. Eric Williams, Darlings.
Right.
And he going to work one morning. He saw me and asked me, he said, Smithy, who you playing for? We got promotion and we're looking for players. And I tell him, well, Nav, I'm not playing football for no company that I can't get work.
Yeah.
Because I went to Caroni, played for Caroni, no work. I went to Forest, I played for Forest for 8, I worked for 8 months, and after the season, boom, they cut me. So I mentioned the Carpette by me playing for no company. I don't care, all they get promotion, I'm not playing for no company that I can't get no work at all. And all this stand up on the bank of the canal and all this saying, Smithy, come now, boy. You're a good player, boy. Come now. I don't talk about you because I tell the manager and them I bring in a player and use one of the players that I spoke about. I say, Nab, I am not playing no football for no company because I don't want to get let down again. Yeah. Better stay here in the drain and dig mud.
Let down or let off?
Yeah, you understand? Let me stay in the mud and dig that mud. He said, boy, come now. Come. For half an hour, he's trying to convince me to come and play. But finally, I submit. Right. I said, now I'll come and start a train. And I really went and started a train. And I think the rest was history. And I think the doors were open for 35 years to my retirement. And now I had been breaking this long time, and I want to hand over the mic because what's going to happen now, it mustn't be on camera. Thank you.
So watch me. NAB open doors for people. Yes, you heard it here first, right on scoreboard. Leon NAB Carpette. Tributes coming in from near and far, from young and old. Blessings, blessings, blessings. Thank you very much, Nabi, for the time that you shared with us and the talents.